Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good day. Okay, today we continue on the failure of homework and safety requirement for part 2. Okay, as you have learned about the part 1, so today I will continue on part 2. Okay. So by the way, after you completing this unit, okay, what you've seen part 1 and part 2, you can define the procedure to construct the formwork and then to impart the knowledge of formwork safety according to occupational safety and health in Malaysia. Okay, so the main factor in deflection of formwork, which is we can know that experience shows that a deflection of individual formwork member not exceeding 1/270 of span between center line of support procedure produce an acceptably flat concrete surface. Okay, this is shown diagrammatically in figure above. Okay, so it should be noted that the total deflection of the face and of any component area not be same, which is specification required on a dimensional limit. Okay, this should be compared with the total deflection of the various component. Okay, contoh dia macam dalam gambar yang kat bawah tu. Kat situ ada limits of elastic deformation. Dalam gambar yang pertama, dia berlakunya lenturan pada satah ataupun beam formwork tersebut. So, yang kedua pun sama berlaku lenturan. So, ini adalah contoh-contoh kegagalan yang berada pada formwork iaitu deflection. So, macam mana berlakunya deflection? Ni adalah antara faktor-faktor dia. Okay, the first one is a creep. Okay, since the formwork load are usually in short term, creep deformation are rarely considered in design. Okay, so bila berlakunya kegagalan pada formwork, dia jaranglah dia design pada formwork tersebut. Okay, yang kedua adalah moisture movement. Okay, daripada segi moisture movement, drying shrinkage of concrete occurs over a time scale of months and years is therefore not usually a problem for formwork. Okay, yang seterusnya adalah pergerakan daripada segi thermal. Thermal movement at the expansion or contraction may be significant, particularly if heating is applied. Okay, the most serious problem are likely to arise from differential expansion between form and the concrete. Sebagai contoh, bila berlakunya pergerakan thermal pada formwork tersebut, maka terhasillah the expansion dan juga contraction pada formwork tersebut. Okey, seterusnya adalah daripada segi stressing movement. Okey, formwork associated with post-tensioning needs careful consideration as stressing loads are often transferred through the concrete into the supporting formwork and fast work. Okey, daripada segi allowance should be made in the form design to accommodate the force or movement is involved. So bila berlakunya stressing movement dalam formwork ni, maka terhasillah pergerakan besi tersebut supaya dia tidak bergerak dan sebagainya. Okay, so this one adalah general safety di dalam pembinaan formwork. Okay, yang pertama, seperti yang kita tahu, formwork dia support the concrete during its plastic state and it is developing in strength until the concrete becomes structurally self-sufficient. Okay, semua structure member and their connection should be carefully planned so that a sound of determination of loads thereon may be accurately made and stress be calculated. Okay. So for the sum of the safety provision which should be considered adalah yang pertama daripada segi pemasangan safety sign dan juga barricade untuk mengelakkan orang-orang yang tidak berkaitan masuk ke kawasan pemasangan ataupun pembukaan formwork. Okay. Yang kedua adalah providing experience from watcher during concrete placement to ensure early recognition of possible form displacement or failure. So sama ada daripada segi supply of extra shore or other materials and equipment that might be needed in an emergency by form watcher should be readily available. Okay, dan seterusnya adalah daripada segi lifting point in the design and detailing, all of form which will be crane be crane handle. Okay, this is especially important in flying forms or climbing form. Okay, dan seterusnya adalah incorporation of scaffold, which mean working platform, guardrail, form design and all formworks drawing. Okay, dan seterusnya adalah program of field safety inspection untuk formwork. Okay, seterusnya adalah common construction deficiencies leading to the form failure. Yang pertama adalah daripada segi inadequate diagonal bracing offshore. Yang kedua adalah daripada segi inadequate lateral and diagonal bracing and poor spacing of double tier shore or multiple story shore. Okey, seterusnya adalah daripada segi failure to control rate of placing concrete vertically without regards to drop in temperature, and then failure to regulate properly to the rate and sequence of placing concrete horizontally to avoid unbalanced loading on the formwork. Okay, seterusnya adalah daripada segi unstable soil under mud seals sometimes caused by wash water from the form. Okay, dan seterusnya adalah daripada segi failure to inspect formwork during and after the concrete placement to protect collection in the failure which could be corrected. Okay, sebagai contoh dia kat situ lah. Okay, seterusnya adalah daripada segi insufficient nailing, bolting or fastening. Lepas tu daripada segi failure to provide adequate support for lateral pressure on the formwork. Seterusnya daripada segi shoring, sama ada segi knot plumb, thus inducing lateral loading as well as reducing vertical load capacity. Okay, yang seterusnya adalah daripada segi locking device on metal shoring not be locked and inoperative or missing. Seterusnya adalah daripada segi vibration from adjacent moving loads or loads carrier. Lepas tu inadequately tighten or secure form, tie or wedge angle. Okay, daripada segi form damage in excavation by reason of embankment failure, and then the loosening of reshore under floors below, and then the premature removal of support especially under cantilevered section. Lepas tu daripada segi inadequate bearing under mud seal is no case should be mud seals or spread footing rest on frozen zone. Daripada segi connection offshore dan juga failure to comply with manufacturer recommendation untuk standard dan juga komponen. Okey, seterusnya adalah daripada segi design deficiencies, sama ada some common design deficiencies leading to failure. Yang pertama, lack of proper field inspection by qualified person to see that form design has been properly interpreted by form builder. Okey. Yang kedua adalah daripada segi lack of allowance in design for such loading as winding and power bagi placing equipment and temporary material storage. Okey, seterusnya adalah daripada segi inadequate reshoring, inadequate stretching reshoring dan juga improperly position of shore from floor to floor, which creates bending in slab not designed for such stresses. Dan seterusnya daripada segi inadequate provision to prevent rotation of beam forms where slab frame into them on only one side. Daripada segi inadequate anchorage against uplift due to battered form faces. Okey, dan seterusnya adalah daripada segi insufficient allowance, okey, untuk incentratic loading due to placement of the sequence. Dan seterusnya adalah daripada segi untuk alignment dan sebagainya untuk stressing member. Okey, dan seterusnya adalah daripada segi construction practice and workmanship. Okey, daripada segi bulkhead control, joint or construction joint should be preferably made by splitting of the bulkhead. Okey, sebabnya perlu ada control ni untuk pastikan supaya konkrit dia sufficiently cure and dry out. Okey, seterusnya adalah daripada segi slope surface. Okey, sama ada dia punya curam dia 1.5 horizontal ataupun vertical dia sebanyak 1. Okey, 1.5/1 lah dia punya ratio dia. Provide with a top form to hold the shape of the concrete during placement unless it can be demonstrated that the tops can be omit. Okey, dan seterusnya adalah daripada segi loading of new slab should be avoided in the first few days after placement. Loads such as aggregate, timber, boards and reinforcing steel or support device must not be thrown on the new construction. Sama ada untuk di-allow untuk pile up in quantity. Lepas tu daripada segi pembangunan building, material dan juga yang lain-lain, dia kena pastikanlah material tu tidak dibuang ataupun tidak digunakan ataupun dia buang merata-rata. Dan juga daripada segi stud welders onshore should be properly placed. Okey, dan seterusnya adalah daripada segi joints or placed in sheeting, plywood panel and bracing should be staggered dan juga shore should be properly seated and anchored, installed and properly tighten all form ties or clamp as specified. Okey, dan seterusnya adalah daripada segi size dan juga capacity form dan juga ties of clamp. Okey, daripada segi keselamatan prosedur in formwork construction, okey, so yang pertama kita kena, sebelum kita tuang konkrit, telltale device should be installed on support form elsewhere as required to facilitate detection and measurement of formwork movement during concreting. So seterusnya daripada segi wedge used for final alignment before concrete placement should be secured in position after the final check. Okay, daripada segi formwork juga perlulah di-anchor to the shore below so that upward or horizontal movement of any part of the formwork system will be prevented during concrete placement. So untuk ensure the line, grade dan juga finish concrete work will be within the required tolerance, the form must be constructed to the elevation shown on the formwork drawing. So sama ada daripada segi runway untuk moving equipment perlulah kita provide supaya dia boleh support kita punya pergerakan dalam untuk dan tidak mengacau structural member yang lain. Okey, keselamatan yang seterusnya semasa kita tuang konkrit. So semasa tuang konkrit before dan sebelum dan selepas, sebelum kita initial set of the concrete, the elevation chamber and plumbness of formwork should be checked using telltale device. So sama ada dari segi appropriate adjustment perlulah dilakukan supaya masa kita tuang konkrit dan sebagainya, segala weakness develop on the form shows any undue settlement or distortion and the work should be stopped and the affected construction removed if permanently damaged and the formwork straightened. Okay, seterusnya daripada segi formwork mestilah continuously watch so that any corrective measure for necessary may be promptly taken and form watcher must always work under safety condition that should be established in advance a method of communication. So maksudnya kena ada two-way communication semasa kita konkrit tu supaya daripada segi keselamatan dia of course lah. Okay. Yang keduanya daripada segi untuk mengelakkan berlaku kesalahan dan sebagainya, yang itu boleh dilaksanakan. Okay. Dan seterusnya adalah akta dan juga keselamatan di dalam Occupational Safety and Health in Malaysia. Okey, yang pertamanya untuk objektif akta ditubuhkan ini adalah untuk to secure the safety, health and welfare of person at and work. Okey, dan seterusnya adalah to protect person other than person at work at a place of work against hazard. And then to promote the occupational environment adaptable to the persons daripada segi psikologi dan juga psychological need. Okay. Dan juga provide means towards a legislative system based on regulation. Lepas tu daripada segi industri, code of practice. Okay. So macam mana kita nak akta-akta ni adalah untuk melindungi pekerja-pekerja yang berada di tapak bina, especially yang tengah buat kerja formwork dan juga kerja-kerja yang lain. So macam mana antara program-program yang boleh kita laksanakan untuk ensure safety ni adalah yang pertama adalah dari segi formal safety training program for all new employees. Sebagai contoh, untuk pekerja-pekerja baru kita kena ada regulation lah to instruct each employee in the recognition and avoidance of unsafe condition. Okey, lepas tu ada training yang berkala kepada setiap pekerja. Lepas tu ada formal supervisory safety training program for all supervisor. Lepas tu daripada segi program regular visit by safety personnel to review and control job hazard. Okay, daripada segi provision of inadequate personal protective equipment, okay, kena provide lah PPE dan sebagainya untuk train jika berlaku emergency, okay, emergency personnel dan juga establish procedure to emergency evacuation untuk pekerja. Yang ni macam saya cakap tadi lah, kalau berlakunya emergency, dia adalah dia punya roadmap dia, dan juga provision of maintaining safety record and reporting accident jika berlaku kepada OSHA. So yang ni adalah antara keselamatan yang kita boleh laksanakan dia lah. So setakat itu saja dalam chapter 2. So thank you for your cooperation and have a good day. Thank you.